Hello everybody, today we are going to see a program based upon file handling, and I have done that using GUI. So my name is Celesta Matthews and I'm from Carnegie University. Now let's read the question first. Create a Java program to do the following operations. Write the following content into a file named myfile.txt. A stream is a communication channel that a program has with the outside world. It is used to transfer data items in succession. The second thing is that create another file named myfile1.txt which contains the following content. An input output stream represents an input source or an output destination. A stream can represent many different kinds of sources and destinations, including disk files, devices, other programs, and memory arrays. Now merge the content of the above two files and put the same into myfile1.txt. So basically what you have to do over here is to create two files, two text files, put some content in both of those files, and then you need to merge the content of both of these files into the second file. Okay, so first what I have done is I have created a class that extends from Windows Adapter. As I told in my earlier videos, Windows Adapter is used when you do not want to override all the functions that are there in Windows Listener. Okay, the second thing is that I implement action listener over here so that whenever I press a particular button, an action event is generated. So whatever I am creating over here is my frame, my button. Okay, I have two buttons over here, a text area and int count and flag. Now this count variable is used to count the number of times you are pressing the the go button, and flag is used to count the number of times you are pressing the get button. Okay, so this is my constructor over here. In this what I have done is I have created a frame and I have given it the name read write. I have set visible to true, set layout to new flow layout, set size 300. Okay, now in my text area I give write the text to put in file 1, and B is equal to new button, and I give the name go. B2 is equal to new button and I give the name get. Now I add Windows listener to the frame and I add action listener to both of these buttons. Then I add all of these things, that is my text area and both of my buttons, to the frame. Next what I have over here is the window closing. Now in this particular function you will have to write system.exit. Now why is this used? This is used to close your frame whatever is generated. Okay, now in my action performed I have the action event object over here. Now what is action performed? Basically is that whenever you press a particular button, this function will be invoked. Okay, so I have said string s is equal to e dot get action command. Now this function will return me the label of whatever button I am pressing. Suppose I press go, then it will return me go. If I press get, it will return me get. So what I do is I check first whatever is passed. I ask if this string is equal to go or this string is equal to get. Okay, now if it is go, this means that I have to write to the file. If it is get, that means I have to read from a particular file. Okay, so what I have done over here, I have created a local variable txt and said t.getText. That means whatever is written in the text area, I get the whole text and I store it in a string txt. After that I create a file writer object fw and I set the text area to like a space or something. You give any particular value over there. Okay, this means that the value is read from there. Okay, then what I do is I increment the value of count. I say that if count equal to 1, then I have to write into my first file. If count equal to 2, then I have to write into my second file. Okay, so in this I have said fw is equal to new file myfile.txt. Now why is this enclosed within a try catch? This is enclosed within a try catch because if this particular file does not exist, then it will give me an exception. Okay, then what I do is I say fw.write txt. Now this is used to write whatever content is there in your stream into the file. I say fw.flush. This means that whatever content is there, it will be flushed out of the stream, and I close it. Okay, now similar thing is done, but I am writing into the file myfile1.txt. everything else is same. Okay, now what if it is the get function? If you press the get button, this means that I have to read from the file, right? So I increment the value of flag, then I create a string that is txt, and I initialize it to null value. Then I say int c. Okay, I think this is not required. Okay, you create a buffer reader BR object. Okay, now why is this buffer reader required? If you use a simple file reader object, then what it does is it extracts each and every character one by one, and it gives you the output. What this buffer reader does is it reads everything all at once, and it stores it in the buffer. Now whenever you want to print it, you can print it all at once. Now what you have is if flag equal to 1, that means I am reading from my first file. Okay, so what I do, I say br is equal to new buffered reader, and inside that I create a file reader object, and I pass the file name to it. Okay, now again this is enclosed within try catch, because if the file is not found, it gives me a file not found exception. Okay, now whatever value is there in the buffer, I can extract it using readLine function. So I say br.readLine, and I store it into a string that is str. Okay, after that what I do is I set the text area, whatever is there in the text area, I set it to this particular string. That means whatever content is there in the file, that you are printing it onto the frame. Okay, the same thing is done over here as well, but we are reading from the second file. Exactly everything is same, just the only difference here is that you say count equal to 1 and flag equal to 1. This is done because I am merging both the contents of both the files into the second file. Okay, now one more thing that you have to note is that here I am saying fw.write txt plus str. Now what is txt? Txt will be the content that I am reading from my first file, and str will be the content that I am reading from my second file. Okay, so that's all about the program. We'll have a look at the main method. You just have to create a main public class, and then you have in the main method you have to create an object of the above class. That's all. We'll just check the output here. Okay, this is asked write the text to put in file 1. So I say hello, and I press go. Next, whatever content you have to put it in file 2, I say happy, and I say go. Now get gives me the content of the first file. Another time I press get, I get the content of the second file. After that, when I press go, and then when I press get, I get the content of the merged file, that is hello and happy. So just a minute. Okay, now where can you read these where can you see these two files? Here you go to Windows, you have files option over here. Okay, in the package whatever you are using, down you can see over here that I have two files, myfile.txt and myfile1.txt. I open myfile.txt, you have hello over here. I open myfile1.txt, you have happy and you have hello over here. So hope you understood this program. Thank you.